Greetings, I'm John Setzler and welcome back to the Kamado Joe cooking channel. Today, based on your requests, we're going to cook a leg of lamb. I've had this requested a lot. I've been trying to think of some interesting ways to do this. So I picked up a boneless leg of lamb the other day, and what I'm going to do is we're going to put together a marinade for this and let it marinate overnight, and then in the morning we're going to butterfly that guy and we're going to stuff it with blue cheese and caramelized onions. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our marinade together, and this is a really simple marinade. We're going to start out with 1 cup of red wine, a half a cup of orange juice, 3 cloves of minced garlic, and I've minced this garlic with my microplane grater. It works really well for this. And about 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme, and then we're going to finish that off with about 1/4 teaspoon or so of fresh ground black pepper. And we're just going to mix that around a little bit and let that sit for a few minutes while we get our leg of lamb ready to go in the marinade. Okay, this is the leg of lamb I got. I picked this up at Sam's Club. It is a netted. It's already set up where it's ready to season and cook, but I'm going to leave this net on here while I marinate, and we're going to cut that off before we cook it because we're going to butterfly this guy and spread it out and stuff it. It's going to be really good. So I've prepared a vacuum seal bag here that we're going to put this in, and then we're going to pour our marinade right in this bag, and then we're going to seal it up. I'm going to seal this guy up, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and if you don't have a vacuum sealer, you can use a Ziploc bag and just try to get as much of the air out of it as you can, and you may want to flip it a couple times. You want to marinate this at least 4 hours, but overnight would be even better. So I'm going to seal this up, get it in the fridge, and we'll be back in the morning when we get ready to stuff this guy. Okay folks, it's about time to fire up our Joe for this leg of lamb cook. I've got some charcoal in here, and I'm going to put one of our Kamado Joe starter cubes right down in a little well in the middle, and I'm going to light that guy up. We're going to leave the bottom vent fully open, and I'm going to leave the grill open completely here for about 10 minutes while that fire catches up. And today we're going to cook at about 325 to 350 degrees, and I'm going to leave the bottom vent fully open, and we're going to control our temperatures from the top vent. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, now that our fire's going, I'm going to set my heat deflector right on top. I'm going to leave the grill off because, like we've done in previous cooks, I'm going to come back and put some smoking wood in there. We're going to smoke with pecan wood today, so I'm going to let the grill preheat. My bottom vent is fully open. I'm going to close the dome lid, and we're going to set the daisy wheel up at about, we'll leave the slider completely shut and leave the daisy wheels about 50% open while we let it preheat. We'll come back and adjust that if we need to. Okay, I've gotten my leg of lamb out of the marinade. The first thing I'm going to do is go down through here and cut this net off so we can work with it. I'm going to get that step done, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my net off here, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to butterfly this thing. I'm going to take a sharp knife and start cutting in about right here, and we're going to just peel it back, and we're going to cut this guy open, and we're going to just keep cutting about that same depth, and we're going to roll this guy out flat, kind of like you would do a pork loin to stuff it. So let me get this cut and rolled out, and we'll be back. Okay, now that we've got this guy splayed open, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of sea salt in there. Not a whole lot, because we're going to hit the outside as well. I'm going to get in here with just a little bit of black pepper. And I have caramelized, lightly caramelized some onions. So we're gonna sprinkle some of that on the inside of this meat. And then we're gonna put crumbled blue cheese in. We're gonna sprinkle a good healthy dose of that right up in here and get a good coat on it. I'm probably going to use 5 or 6 ounces on this size roast. This is only 4 pounds, so it's not quite as big as some of the legs of lamb you're going to run across, especially the bone-in ones. But this one's going to do very nicely, I think, for this stuffed version. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to take this and roll it back up. And then I'm going to tie it back off with butcher's twine, and we'll be back. Okay, I've got this guy tied off, got him in the roasting rack. We're going to put a nice little coat of kosher or sea salt, actually I'm using today, on the outside. And we're going to hit it again on the outside with a little black pepper. And we're going to head out to the grill, so I'll meet you there. Okay, we've got the Big Joe up to temp, so I'm going to open this guy back up. I'm going to set my heat deflector aside for a moment, and we're going to load up some pecan chunks for smoke during this cook. I'm going to put about 6 of those guys in there. We're going to drop the heat deflector back on. Then we will set the grill in place. And I'm going to close this guy back up for a few minutes to let that smoke get rolling. And then we'll come back and put this leg of lamb on. Okay, we've got back up to temp here. Got some good smoke rolling from that pecan wood. So we're going to set this rack of lamb, or this leg of lamb, I'm sorry, right here on the middle of the grill. And I'm going to put my meat probe in it where it gets right down deep into the center of this cut of meat. And we're going to cook to about 130 degrees internal. I'm expecting that to take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. So we'll be back to look at it when it's done. Okay, we've been cooking for about an hour and 36 minutes. And this roast is ready. I'm going to take this guy off. We're going to take it in and foil it. Okay, I rested this for about 20 minutes or so, and I've untied it. So let's slice right down through the middle and see what we've got here. Oh man, that looks outstanding. That looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to slice another bit right here. And man, that looks awesome. I'm not doing such a great job of making it look good today, but let's have a sample of that. Man, it's very tender, very juicy. Let's have a bite. Man, that's absolutely delicious. Wow, that blue cheese and onion in the middle there really makes something special with this. This is really good. I tried to cook this to a medium rare. I may be a little bit closer to the medium side on it, but it has an outstanding flavor. It's really juicy, really tender, and it's really got a beautiful lamb flavor. If you've tasted lamb before, this is signature flavor. It's delicious. Absolutely outstanding. So we're going to wrap that up today. I got to slice some of this up and give it to some family and friends. So Join us on Facebook if you can, facebook.com/Kamado Joe, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube so you get updates each time we upload a new video. So until next time, this is John Setzler with the Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.